Alright, feeling more rested. Not completely normal as usual, but getting there. I was just waking up and I saw this news about the drone crash. Apparently it's the very first one of a drone hitting a commercial airplane. I'll read about it a little later. Just gotta get to my martial arts and finish that first. Now I have some time to see what it was all about. Although from my brief glimpse, the first thing I was thinking about was how apparently this happened on October the 12th. And as all you guys know, the last day for the feedback was October 13th. That's a little coincidental in many ways, isn't it? Well, the airplane's flying pretty slow. I'm surprised it's flying actually in this path here. For shooting with the Mavic Pro and the ISO level, if the picture ever is too bright or looks too bright or whatever on any of my footages, it can't be the ISO because I always shoot it at a 100. The only times I shot it at anything over was doing tests, for example, but overall, like in sunny days or even cloudy, I always shoot it in 100 at the lowest setting because I found anyways when you bump that up with the Mavic Pro, it gets super grainy, so I try to avoid it at all costs. The challenge is usually, again, trying to determine, I guess, what kind of filter you want to use because you can make the sky look dark, like normal, whereas the ground, it'll look super dark. So that's usually the trade-off, where sometimes if I want the ground to be more lighter, then the sky is going to be all blown up. So it's one of those pick your battles. And that was interesting when you said the haze that you saw before was probably because of your monitor, you believe? Kind of makes me think, just like when I shoot with this, because this, the phone, the monitor here is actually an OLED. It looks way better than when I get home to edit it. That one's just like a regular LCD screen, which makes it a lot harder. Okay, martial arts done. It's kind of funny because my instructor at first was asking, how come you're tired? I said, well, I had to do like the 18-hour plus days or whatever, and I didn't sleep. And then for him, his reaction was, that's really good for you. I was like, what? Because he said, yeah, you can take it. You'll get more energy that way. I was like, wow. Well, I guess it's good to have people push you to your limits at times. Maybe I can capture more of the fall colors too. Although the sunlight, there's more clouds covering it in here for some reason right now. Okay, now for this drone crash. Apparently this is the very first drone crashing into a commercial airplane incident documented here in Canada. Apparently it happened in Quebec City. So by the looks of it, there was a lot of local coverage of this, like in the Quebec area, and Transport Canada released a statement about this. It says, the Honorable Marc Garneau, Minister of Transport, today made the following statement about drone incident in Quebec City. On October 12, 2017, a Skyjet flight was struck by a drone while inbound to Jean Lesage International Airport in Quebec City. This is the first time a drone has hit a commercial aircraft in Canada, and I am extremely relieved that the aircraft only sustained minor damage and was able to land safely. And as well, it goes on to say they're investigating the matter, and there was a comment here saying, although the vast majority of drone operators fly responsibly, it was our concern for incidents like this that prompted me to take action and issue interim safety measures restricting where commercial drones could be flown. I would like to remind drone operators that endangering the safety of an aircraft is extremely dangerous and a serious offense. Anyone who violates the regulations could be subject to fines up to $25,000 and/or prison. This applies to drones of any size used for any purpose. All airports, helipads, and seaplane bases are no drone zones. If you do not have permission from Transport Canada, for 2017 to date, 1,596 drone incidents have been reported to the department. Of these, 131 are deemed to have been of aviation safety concern. That's interesting. He says again, I would like to remind the public that all drone users are required to abide by Canadian aviation regulations, including the interim order respecting the use of model aircraft. Transport Canada encourages all drone users to learn about the rules and to consult in a wide variety of educational tools available on our website, and they link the website. And again, they did show the reports and they showed videos of the actual damage of the aircraft. Like they said, it didn't seem it was too bad, but I suppose the fact that it's the first ever documented crash of a drone on a commercial airplane, it makes it a big deal. Although it is really weird, like I said, how this happened just a day before all of the formal feedback has ended. And even with this press release, it's like they took it as an opportunity to say, that's why we came up with the rules. I did find his statements a little confusing though, because he said there drones of any size around those no-fly areas are basically to be illegal if you fly there. So does that mean now toy drones under 250 grams are illegal too? Like if you fly 10 meters up in the air in an actual fly zone, for example? Like, to me, that's really confusing right now. I can see like whatever, if you fly into the actual airport, then regardless, then yeah. But everywhere, but it's just really confusing. what was it that hit it exactly? That's what I'm wondering here. Like, was it a recreational drone or was it a commercial one? Reports like these are just kind of irritating because they don't really give you all the details. Just it crashed. Okay, what was the circumstance? Like I said, could it have been someone that had an SFOC and he crashed it? Like, how do you know it was a recreational flyer? I mean, not saying it's good either way, like in terms of a plane or a drone crashing into the plane rather, but still, I guess it kind of goes back to the point where when you mentioned how the whole situation is kind of demoralizing, where you bring up your points and it seems like they're going to go ahead with how they feel like it. Maybe they do have it too, but if I'm not mistaken, the story says the drone crashed into the airplane while it was landing in the area. I would assume the plane or drone that crashed into the plane, if that's the case, would have landed somewhere right into the airport, wouldn't it? Shouldn't there be like so much evidence and everything like that too? Like what type of drone it was? To me, that's a little weird with reporting, though maybe they have it, they just don't want to report it, who knows? So what do you guys think about this? Is this another blow for people in Canada to fly drones because of stories like this? To me, it's just one of those things, again, show me all the proof, the evidence, because, I don't know, to me, it's just, there's not enough details about this stuff. Not saying it can't happen, but just like yesterday, for example, you guys saw there was a car accident. I mean, those stuff happen. Is that the reason to say, for example, hey, all cars are banned, like in general, every single way? No, it doesn't. So let's see how they go about with this. I'm actually interested to see how much they milk this, actually. Okay, the light isn't as bright here, but let's try to get some footage here. Oh, got some interesting shots there, I think. That was kind of the example too. Again, whenever I meet people in the public about the drones, everyone's always fascinated and they want to be involved with it. So I let the gentleman fly my drone for a bit, and the daughter of the kids always like, fly it here, bring it here. Ooh, like whenever they see footages and stuff like that. There was one thing at the end, I always have a problem flying with it. There was like a bunch of crows, like a whole swarm of them. I don't know if I actually caught it or not because it's so hard to tell when you look at this little monitor. I think I got the end of it, but you guys would have saw it by now in the editing. All right, see you guys later.